Hello and welcome back to The American Individual. I'm your host Dylan, and today we have a new video for you guys. In this video we have another episode of News Weekly-ish. Before we get into the video, make sure to like and subscribe, as well as check out the merch store if you want to see this channel grow and improve. But anyways, let's get into the video. So, it's been a while since our last news episode, but that's because there is nothing new under the sun. In our first bit of news, I wanted to talk about politics, and as many of you know, it is an election year and democracy is on the ballot as usual. Anyways, the main thing I wanted to talk about are Biden's poll numbers. So recently there was a New York Times poll showing that Trump was actually leading in 5 key swing states, which historically does not bode well for old Joe because Trump was down significantly in the polls in the previous elections at this same point in time. Now, there are many reasons why the Biden administration is doing so horribly, and partly because many people care about the economy, immigration, and foreign policy, all of these areas being something that Biden has less than excelled at. One thing that Biden actually has done now is try to buy votes with getting pot smokers legal weed federally and young college art students debt forgiveness, which is going to sit well with middle-class Americans. To me, it seems like a desperate attempt of a dying administration trying to save itself from the consequences of its own horrible policies. Now, another interesting bit of news is Joe Biden is actually raising tariffs on China, specifically on the auto industry and other manufacturing industries. So what was a 25% tariff on electric vehicles is now going to be raised to a 100% tariff coming on electric vehicles out of China. It also covers other technological and manufacturing related goods, and this comes after Biden repeatedly bashed Trump on implementing these tariffs back in 2019 and 2020, and now is turning back on his word. This is just one of the several Trump policies that Biden has gone against his word on. Now, that's enough about Biden. The Trump trial for the apparent hush money that he gave to Stormy Daniels. Now, my opinion is that this trial is a total political witch hunt, as Donald Trump would say himself, which is only fortifying the Trump stance that Democrats are acting fascists for targeting their political opponent on to what seems to be a bogus crime. There are many Americans who agree with me, but many who hate the orange man so much that they would do almost anything to get what they want. My hope in the end of all of this is that the truth to be revealed and that we can just have a fair and honest election for once. In our next bit of news, many college campuses had their graduation ceremonies, but many were actually disrupted by pro-Hamas students protesting. These protests were getting violent and disruptive in many college communities, so much so that campuses such as Columbia canceled their main commencements entirely. There have also been several hundreds arrested out of the result of these protests. One funny tweet, which I actually agree with, from Elon Musk, he actually said, "Proposed law. If someone tears down the American flag and puts another flag in its place, that person should get a free but mandatory one-way trip to that flag's country." Now, if we were to implement this, many LGBTQ members would learn the hard way about what Hamas thinks about them, which is they would throw them off rooftops. So that's what I think personally is so ironic about all this pro-Hamas, pro-Palestine activity, is that the people are supporting a literal terrorist group. Like, Hamas does not care about women's rights or LGBTQ rights or anything that the left thinks that they agree on. But look, I'm not a fan of Israel's government either, but supporting Hamas and committing hate crimes against Jews is not the answer. Moving on to the economy, inflation is still pretty bad. I'm sure you all can tell from your pocketbooks, and it's not even looking like the Fed will do more than one rate cut this entire year, and even that will probably be in the fourth quarter. Biden also keeps babbling nonsense that inflation was at 9% when he came into office, and actually CNN actually admitted that this guy, he has no idea what he's talking about. The truth is that Biden has done a terrible job with the United States economy, and it's not looking good on this earth. But I know one thing you can do, and that is you can devote your life to the one true Lord, Jesus Christ. I know in politics, in the economy, and all these things that we can get sometimes distracted from what really matters, and what really matters is that there's no other way to heaven, and Jesus is the only true way. And as long as you believe in him as the true Son of God, believe he's Lord, you will be saved. And the best part about this is that it's totally free. It only requires your love and obedience. Thank you for watching that video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more content, as well as check out the merch store if you want to see this channel grow and improve. But most importantly, have a good night.